unfortunately, as you say, it was a difficult time for everyone, sort of early to mid this year, and he unfortunately he passed away from what we believe to be a heart defect, but there's no actual confirmation of that. So the immediate jump to was it's coronavirus. So we all thought, God, what's going on here?
Of course, because the time of year, then
yes,
that would have been a fear, perhaps, was it?
Yeah, it was a worry, and it was. I don't really want to say fortunately because it's not fortunate that he's still passed away and we've still lost a friend of ours and a player, but it wasn't coronavirus. But then it was made worse by the fact that there was no diagnosis, and it's still really difficult for friends and especially his family to sort of cope with that.
Yeah.
So we as a club, we didn't really get our opportunity to have a nice send-off to him because of coronavirus and lockdown restrictions and so on.
So there was no rugby at this time?
No.
That's right, isn't it? It was still off completely at that point.
Yeah, everything was in full lockdown on the island, in the UK, everywhere. Rugby's only just started up recently, past few weeks. We're quite fortunate on the island being able to do that. But we decided as a club, as lockdown sort of started easing on the island, we want to do something. We want to have a tribute to our friend and player, and it's been a long time in the planning, but it is our way of saying goodbye and spending that time with his family as well, sharing it with them.
Ed, just talk us through what the plan is for tomorrow, if you could.
So we've got the game kicking off at about 2:15. That's going to consist of, Ashley's taking care of that, so there's all sorts of, it's very much a friendly game, so it's going to be very light-hearted. Anyone can get involved. We've got all sorts of people who have and haven't played rugby before. Then after that, there's going to be some refreshments down at the Creek Inn on the quay, where there's going to be some drinks being given out in Chris's memory, and a bit of a toast to him. And then after that, about 7:30, there's going to be an event where we're going to raise a load of money for Craig Harkstrong Foundation, as well as that it's just going to be a big laugh. We're keeping it really nice and light-hearted. It's going to be a little bit of organised chaos where we're all going to be auctioning off a load of stuff. There's loads on offer, and it's going to be a really, really good night.
I should declare an interest. I'm an occasional player at Western Vikings, very occasional and less frequent than I would like. Organised chaos is a bit of a theme in the club's history.
On and off the pitch.
Yeah. But a real community event, and his family are going to have some involvement too, I believe, Ashley?
Yes, his family have been involved. So Ed's been organising this event. He's been leading it, putting it all together, but we as a club and Ed sort of pushed this, was keeping the family involved. It's a way for the club to sort of have that tribute, but we still wanted them to be involved and remain involved with the club after this, because it's, at the end of the day, it's a community club, and we want everyone to be involved. And I believe that they seem to be really enjoying it so far and getting into the spirit of it.
Yeah, they're all getting into. They all understand the, like I say, organised chaos, and they want to have fun. And
the tone of the day.
The tone of the day. Yeah, that's probably the better way of putting it. And they're all up for all the level of stupidity which is going to happen. We've got super drinks to hand out. We've got awards
which you've organised.
So because of Chris's second name, Fryer, I've thrown together the Chip Shop Awards, which it consists of a number of things. We have our usual awards ceremony, which gives out the boring awards like the highest scoring player and
player of the year
and stuff like that. So I've decided
to
it's not really, I mean, people want to win it, but at the end of the day it's not much fun. So I've thrown together
on the radio.
I've thrown together some fun awards, which don't really mean a lot, and the guys at the club have voted on that, and then so I'm giving out those awards as well with some silly little prizes, which it's gonna be pretty funny.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Ed. Isn't one of them the Waterboy Award, which is Fry's nickname
Yeah,
from his
so
family?
Right.
so Chris Fry used to get called the Water Boy. So I've thrown together an award called the World's Best Water Boy, which everyone's voted on it, and there is a winner, and there is I would say a prize, but it's more of like it is a prize, but it comes with a trait, trait for the night. So yeah, that's in all the memory of Chris.
Suspense is building.
Yeah, you'll have to come down tomorrow to find out.
Just finally, any favourite memories of Chris? So long as they're broadcastable, I should say.
Oh, that's not broadcastable.
No.
Well, he always gave his heart on the pitch. He was never the best player, and I think he'd be the first one to admit that. His family admitted that very often.
But in saying that, his heart was always
always
there.
in it. Always in it.
He was every game that you could make, and that's the same with everyone. He was there. He put his heart into it. He played to the last minute, and he had a good laugh down the pub afterwards, or on the social events when he could make it. And he was always what I used to like. He was a little quiet to start with, and all of a sudden he'd come out with some belters, and it would be you just sort of sit there in awe, and it was fantastic.
Yeah.
He was a lovely lad to go out drinking with and play the game with. So when you say specific memories of Fryer, they're all in one.